Have you ever received a phone call that sent chills down your spine? A call from someone you thought you'd never hear from again? Well, I did, and it changed everything. It all began on a quiet night. I was still reeling from the loss of my grandma, trying to cope with the void she left behind. One moment I was scrolling through my phone, trying to distract myself from the overwhelming sadness. The next, an unknown number lit up my screen. My heart raced. Should I answer? Something compelled me to pick up the phone, even though every instinct screamed at me not to. "Hello?" I said, my voice shaky. Silence hung on the line, stretching out like an eternity. Then a familiar voice broke through the static. "Alex, it's me." I froze. It was Grandma's voice. It felt like a dream, a cruel trick played by my mind. She had passed away just days ago. I stammered, "Grandma." But the line went dead. My heart raced and panic surged through me. Was I losing my mind? Was I imagining things? Desperate for answers, I turned to the internet, searching for stories about phone calls from the dead. My fingers flew across the keyboard as I typed in the words "ghost calls," hoping to find someone who had experienced the same thing. I found countless forums and articles filled with chilling accounts. One woman wrote, "I got a call from my dad just days after he passed. He told me to be brave." Another shared her experience. "My sister called me the night she died. I thought it was a dream. The more I read, the more unnerved I became. Could this really be happening to me?" But my calls didn't stop there. They became more frequent, more insistent. Each time, my grandma's voice felt clearer, each message more urgent. "Alex, you need to listen," she warned one night. "They are coming for you." I was terrified. Who was coming for me? What did she mean? The fear gripped me, and I found myself looking over my shoulder as if someone was watching me. The night grew darker, and I couldn't shake the feeling that something sinister was lurking just out of sight. When I answered another call, my hands trembled. "Grandma, what do you want?" I asked, my voice barely above a whisper. "You must be careful," she said urgently. "They're watching you." The air grew heavy around me, thick with dread. Who were they? My mind raced as I tried to piece together the clues. Was Grandma trying to protect me from something? The more I learned, the more unsettling my reality became. I spent hours researching, diving deeper into the world of the supernatural. I learned about people who had received similar calls, warnings from the other side. Some spoke of vengeful spirits, while others recounted messages of love and protection. I was torn between fear and hope, desperate to understand what was happening. The phone rang again, interrupting my thoughts. I braced myself as I answered, my heart pounding. "Hello?" "Alex, listen carefully." Grandma's voice came through, stronger this time. "You need to find the truth. It's buried in the past." I didn't know what she meant, but I felt a strange pull to discover what she was talking about. Could it be tied to our family history? I knew Grandma had always been protective of our family secrets, but what could they be? With every call, I felt more determined to uncover the truth. I started digging into our family history, looking for old records and photographs. Each discovery led me deeper down a rabbit hole of mysteries I never knew existed. There were whispers of long-forgotten relatives, strange occurrences, and secrets buried beneath layers of time. Then one night, I received a call that would change everything. "Alex," Grandma said, her voice trembling with urgency, "you must go to the old family house. It's where it all began." My heart raced. The old house had been abandoned for years, left to decay in the shadows of our past. I hesitated but knew I had to go. If there were answers waiting for me, I couldn't ignore them. As I approached the old house, memories flooded back, happy times, laughter, and love. But now it loomed before me like a ghost of its former self, dark and foreboding. The air was thick with tension as I stepped inside, every creak of the floorboards echoing in the silence. I searched room after room, my heart pounding in my chest. Just as I was about to give up, I stumbled upon a dusty old trunk in the attic. My hands shook as I opened it, revealing a treasure trove of family secrets, letters, photographs, and artifacts from a time long gone. But among them was something that sent chills down my spine, a journal belonging to my great-grandmother, filled with cryptic entries about a family curse. As I read, I felt a presence behind me, and the room grew cold. "You found it," Grandma's voice echoed in my mind. "Now you understand." Suddenly everything clicked into place. The calls, the warnings, the darkness that had followed me. It was all connected to the curse. My heart raced as I realized I had to break it, to free my family from the cycle of fear and death. With newfound determination, I set out to confront the darkness that had haunted my family for generations. The phone rang one last time, and I answered it with a sense of purpose. "I'm ready, Grandma. I'll do whatever it takes." The line crackled, and her voice whispered, "Thank you, Alex. You're stronger than you know." Armed with my great-grandmother's journal, I began to unravel the curse. Each entry revealed hidden truths about our family's past, detailing rituals and protective measures that had been long forgotten. With every revelation, I felt the weight of my ancestors on my shoulders, urging me to succeed. Days turned into nights as I performed the rituals outlined in the journal, each one bringing me closer to breaking the curse. I felt Grandma's presence with me, guiding me through the darkness. And finally, after what felt like an eternity, I stood in the center of the old house, ready to face whatever came next. As I completed the final ritual, a gust of wind blew through the room, extinguishing the candles I had lit. I felt a surge of energy, a mix of fear and exhilaration. "This is it," I thought, my heart pounding in my chest. Suddenly I was surrounded by shadows, dark figures swirling around me. "You cannot escape," a chilling voice echoed. I stood my ground, clutching the journal tightly. "I break this curse in the name of my family." The shadows recoiled, and the room filled with light. I could feel Grandma's spirit beside me, strong and unwavering. "You're not alone, Alex," she whispered. "You have the strength of our ancestors." The shadows began to dissipate, and I felt a wave of relief wash over me. The curse was lifting, and the oppressive weight that had haunted my family for generations was finally being released. With one last shout, I declared, "I break this curse!" As the light engulfed me, I felt an overwhelming sense of peace. The darkness faded away, leaving only warmth and love behind. I knew in that moment that I had not only freed my family, but also honored my grandmother's memory. The phone never rang again, but I felt her presence with me always, a comforting reminder that love transcends even the darkest of times. If you want to know more about my journey and how I found the strength to break the curse, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. This story may be over, but the echoes of my grandmother's love will forever guide me on my path.